Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I've got some bad news for you guys. And that is that our generation are just shit at dancing. We really are. And I don't know if anyone else gets this feeling, but I feel like back in the day, just everyone knew how to dance. I watched a film the other day. It's quite a famous Italian film called Il Postino, and there's a scene in it where this sort of old couple who are living sort of in this nice little house, Italian house, with this sort of balcony, just put on a little record on the gramophone, and they both just start dancing together, like, you know, sort of, I don't know what's called when you do, but you know what I mean, like case in point, like sort of, just that sort of traditional sort of ballroom dancing, and it's just beautiful. It's so beautiful, and you just compare that to how things are now, and you know, I don't know how other people feel about this, but I think it's so sad when people say, "Oh, I need another drink before I start dancing." You know, how many times have you heard that when you're going out to a club and people are like, "Oh yeah, I need to get some drinks in me before I start dancing." I mean, people criticise people for having a few drinks before they go and speak to a girl, but, you know, I mean, the truth is you need a bit of balls to speak to a girl. It's the idea that you need balls to just dance and express yourself in what I've come to realise is such a fundamental way. I just think it's so wrong. And then, you know, you see people drunk in like sort of nightclubs in the UK, and you know, it's just ugly. It's just ugly. And look, generally when people say this kind of stuff, it's like coming from people who can actually dance really well, and they're sort of criticising people who can't dance well. I can't dance either. I'm really not a good dancer. And I want to change that in the future. But, you know, if it's coming from me, you know, he's probably one of the worst dancers in the world at the moment, then, you know we're fucked up, basically. So, what are the benefits of dancing? Why am I making such a fuss about it? Well, I think there are loads, but we're just going to go through the ones that I think, as it concerns to kind of holistic self-improvement, you know. Because one thing's for sure, dancing's not gonna make you like generate your income, you know, but it does really benefit your life, and I think this is it's really, honestly, I think if you're on self improvement, like learn to dance. I'm gonna learn to dance like as soon as possible. So yeah, what are the benefits of dancing? Number one is that it allows you to just express yourself, and like this is going to be difficult to describe exactly, but I don't know if anyone else feels this way, that like there's a part of them that is just kind of dormant, and it's just waiting to be unlocked by dancing. You know, I think it's such a fundamental way that you can express yourself through dance. You know, and like it's kind of sad that the only time that comes out is when you're drinking, when you're on a night out. Excuse me. And you have to get yourself pissed before you dance. Like, you know, and at that point you can't, like I just said, you can't even dance very well. You know, wouldn't it be so beautiful if you just heard a song in the street and you could just kind of dance and just no one would give a shit. So yeah, there's a part of me that I think's sort of dormant from not dancing. Another thing is it gives you fantastic body language. I think what I've really come to realise is that most people's body language, especially guys, like it's not that great. It's very sort of submissive. And dancing, particularly if you're doing kind of traditional, like ballroom sort of style dancing, I'm sure it's not like the technical term for it, but you know, that kind of like old school dancing, you sort of, I think you sort of learn how to appear, have a sort of presence, because you need a presence in in dancing, right? That's kind of what, you know, it's dancing is all about, sort of conveying presence, basically. So the other thing is, I think it gets you fantastic at reading body language, because you have to read off the other person who you're dancing with. And both these things, I think, just makes you really good at flirting with girls. And you know, again, that might sound like a bit of a stretch. It might sound like a bit of a superficial aim, but like ultimately, I think people do want to be better at flirting. People want to be able to read off people much better, and dancing gives you that, guys. Dancing gives you that. So basically, if you're on self-improvement and you know any of the things I've just talked about you relate to, I think just if you've got a bit of spare money, do get some dancing lessons. By the way, I should just say, the reason I say it's good for flirting is so I've been reading this book at the moment called The Game, and the guy on the front cover, this guy called Neil Strauss, who's a hugely successful pickup artist, just really famous guy, and it goes through the things he did to really develop himself and to learn how to be good at picking up women, basically. And one of the things he did was lots of salsa, lots of ballroom dancing. So there you go, just tried and tested. Yeah, I really recommend it, guys. I really recommend it. I think it gets you to a more fundamental part of yourself and gets you great with women. So, you know, forget this idea that dancing just for girls, dancing's gay, or whatever you've heard. You know, come on, grow up. You know, it's yeah, it's really important. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.